Hey everybody, welcome back to 1 Minute Walking Tours. I am your host, Jonathan. I'd like to warn you that this is a very busy and noisy corner, and it's the corner of Chambers and Broadway. And you can see this beautiful white building behind me, which was built between 1846 and 1848 on the corner of Broadway and Chambers Street. And it was built by this man. Well, he didn't build it himself, of course, but he had it designed and built for a specific purpose. Because this building at 250 Broadway was the world's first department store. You heard it here first, everybody. Now, the lower floors would have been housed his original merchandise. Now, that was dry goods. His first store, which he built with inherited money from his grandfather, who dies in 1823 in his hometown in Lisburn, Northern Ireland. Well, I guess that's just Ulster County, Ireland nowadays, was on this corner behind me. Now, that was different because dry goods stores in New York City or Manhattan would have been down this way on Pearl Street. But ever the businessman, Stewart decided, well, what I'll do is I'll separate myself and I'll have better bargains and people will come the extra distance to do that. And he believed not in advertising, but having good word of mouth and a good reputation as a businessman. Now, when he dies in 1878, he will be worth, in today's money, $800 million. He's the third wealthiest man in New York City behind Astor and Vanderbilt. But the difference is Stewart did that by earning it. He didn't have a monopoly. He didn't have a resource he exploited. He actually worked kind of hard. Also, in 1868, he gets a letter from a woman outside New York City who wants to buy a dress. He boxes it up, sends it to her with a bill. She sends him the money, and mail order is born. He does that before Sears and Roebuck, before anybody else. He immediately hires 20 clerks who handle day in and day out mail order. Pretty impressive. So his dry good business would have been on the bottom, and in 1856 he imports fashions and dresses and skins, with furs. Skin sounds awful, but that's what he does. And there on the upper floors, the natural lighting, as I mentioned, illuminate the dresses, and people look at themselves in the mirrors, and it's a hit. This is the first what they call big store. He has another big store built in 1862 on what is called Ladies Mile, where all of the other apartment stores will start to be built. That building has since burned down, but it was on Broadway and 10th Street, right near where Matthew Brady's fashionable studio was. And that will go on until after his death in 1876, or as I said, where he dies at the age of 72. Now, he believed in hard work, and 6 of the original 20 clerks who start at this store on Broadway and Chambers Street stay with him all the way until his death. And in his will, Stewart leaves each of those employees $6 million in 1876 dollars. So each of them, I mean, that's rewarding work. So right here on Broadway, New York City, this is where the department store was born. Pretty impressive, I think. I mean, people don't go to department stores anymore, at least I think. But still, this is where the first one was, and this beautiful building is still here. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please hit that upward thumb, the fonz, so YouTube can find a bigger, brighter audience for this material. And if you do like, please subscribe. And we'll see you here soon on 1 Minute Walking Tours.